Today we're going to be talking about Bokashi, what it is, what it's used for, and how to make it, most of all. Now, Bokashi is fermenting your organic waste so it can be used as compost in your garden. So basically it's putting your fruits and vegetable peels and the remainder of your food from your kitchen, fermenting it in a way that it can be broken down into the soil easier. Right, so that's Bokashi. The word Bokashi is actually Japanese, but fermenting your kitchen scraps. All right, so the first thing we're going to need is some rice water. Any rice. We're going to need half a cup of rice to a cup of water. Now the water needs to be a non-chlorinated water. I have the half a cup of rice and a cup of water here, and we're going to basically just wash the rice for a minute or two. I'm going to just pour off the water here so you can see you're going to end up with a cloudy film. Okay, you don't want any rice in there. You can cook your rice. All right, so here we have it, our rice water. So we're going to put this rice water into a jar. And we're going to cover the jar with some either cheesecloth or coffee wrapper. Cover it, and you're going to put this now in your cupboard, a dark place in your cupboard, for 1 week. At the end of the week, this is what you're going to get, right? This is your fermented rice water. If you look, you can see a layer of particles on the top and some sediments on the bottom. Well, you do not need the particles on the top nor the sediments on the bottom. What you want is the liquid in between. That's what we're going to make our Bokashi with. Lactobacillus. Okay, that's the microorganism that we're trying to grow, and that's found between the two layers. Now, since I do not want the top layer, I have a piece of cheesecloth wrapped around my wooden fork here, and I'm going to just lift that material off. You can either remove all of it or at least remove some of it so that you can get to the water, but you do not want that inside of the material that you're trying to remove. Okay, so here we have it, and I'm going to use our syringe so we can remove some of that fermented liquid. Okay, remember, I don't want what's on top and I do not want what's on the bottom. So basically, now that I've removed some of that film from on top, I am going to go ahead and extract okay, so there's the liquid in between, and I'm going to be in need of 2.4 ounces because I'm going to now ferment the milk with it. Now this syringe is 2 ounces, and we're going to take up a little bit more. Okay, so that's about 2.4 ounces right there. Okay, now we have 24 ounces of milk here, and this milk can be any milk, whole milk, skim milk, 2%, whatever milk. Now you're going to add your lactobacillus or your fermented rice water. Remember, this was fermenting for a week before you can use it. and you're going to pour it into your milk. Now once that is done, you are going to then use a cover and rest over the milk. Do not tighten the cover all the way. You do not want anything getting into it, but you need the gases that come off of the milk fermentation process to escape. So when you want it to come out of it, so you're going to leave the cover loose. Now after another week, your product is going to look something like this one. Okay, if you look closely, there's separation of whey on the top, of curds on the top and whey on the bottom, liquid on the bottom. Now this has some sediments to the bottom because I thought about doing this video last minute, and I had already removed all the whey from the big batch that I've already done. Okay, so if we look at this closely, this is what the whey looks like, and this is what the curd looks like, and this is what the whey looks like. So all of this was in one big container. I separated them out. For the remainder of the recipe, we do not need the curd. We need the whey. The whey is what's going to be used in conjunction with some molasses. Now the molasses needs to be unsulfured molasses. Okay? All right. Now the whey needs to be in a ratio 1-to-1 with the molasses. So say for example, this is a jar full of molasses here. You're going to use the same size container for the whey. Okay, so we have a batch that's already done here. Okay, and this is already mixed. You can see it, you know, molasses wouldn't have been able to move around this freely in a container, so this is already fixed. And this is your end product that's called Bokashi. Now, this is EM, which is effective or efficient microbes. So this can be used in the garden as well as this. Now, the EM needs to be stored in the refrigerator and can last maybe 6 months. The Bokashi does not need to be stored in the refrigerator because it has the molasses in there that the microbes are being fed on and can stay alive. All right, so this can be good for a year, 2 years. Okay, so there you have it, your Bokashi. Now my next video, I will tell you other steps in reference to using the Bokashi to incorporate or inoculate rice bran, oat bran, corn bran, or even things such as cardboard or newspaper. Inoculate it with this, and then you can use it to line your kitchen scraps so that the fermentation process would be easier for your garden soil to break it down and actually make it into better soil, nutritious, well, a better soil for you to get your better products from your garden. Okay, so there you have it, Bokashi. Hope that was informative, and we're going to be on to our part 2 with our kitchen waste at a later date. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and put on that notification bell if you haven't done so yet, so that you can get future videos as they come up. This is Myrtle Detox and Wellness Spa saying bye for now.